Okay, so now we are back at the projects. So if you haven't find what my example live at, if you go to the GitHub, let me show you where it's supposed to be. Chaklam. Let's go here. Here. Yeah, I should prepare this. So it's in this machine learning repository. Find the appendix. It used to be here, but since I have to set up GitHub workflow, it makes more sense if I create what is called GitHub submodule, not GitHub submodule, Git submodule. And now it's become a module. So this link to different repository. So now this is the example where the example is. If you clone these projects, I hope what you see is all of this. So there will be a new folder, and you won't have this .env file because this is my hidden secret. But it's not the secret, like secret. It's secrets to people outside of CSAM that I don't want them to know. In the GitHub, there will be two workflows. There will be this one, and there is this one. Let's see what does this mean in the GitHub first. So if I come back to my GitHub, I can click my actions. The GitHub workflow or GitHub actions is this. This is what it means by saying GitHub workflow or GitHub actions. Those two files correspond to these two workflow, as I mentioned in the theoretical part where my iPad broke. I have done this 2 weeks ago, so I kind of forget what does it mean. Okay, at least what I can show you is during the setup, there is a lot of trials and errors, but because of I forget what to do, so there's a lot of trial and errors. But if the workflow runs successfully, then it will be green. If it's not, then it will be red. If I go in, there is two flow. There is a build test flow, which is fine according to this and this deploy. Which is fail at this step. Okay. So that's what we want to achieve. Let's go to the MLflow server over here. My account. This is my experiment. I logged the dataset, which is this me? I don't even remember. 2 days ago, this is not me. There's someone else trying to run my code, I guess. Yeah, that's one thing I don't want to happen, but still. Yeah, somebody with this name. This is not me. Very clear. So I built two models, not this guy, not this one. So I will remove this. This is not me. Okay, I don't know if he's using this one, so I'll keep it. There are two models. If you see, there are two experiments. I have done two runs in this experiment name. I don't have much to show because just for demoing. So I have two models. When you go here, you will see that this model has this tag, which means register. And this is when it did the registration. If I click this one, because it haven't registered, there will be a button say register the model. So each run will pair with the models. And these models can, once register, it will goes into some of these registered model. So I don't, because there is no protection over here, I guess people just play around. But that's fine. I will try to find a way to prevent this. Okay, so here, when the model get registered, it should land in this page. Right now, there is a versioning control. There is a versioning, and there is a staging. So in the ML flow, it can control which model should be used. So instead of you build the model and then every time you want to use a new model, you have to go change the model, rebuilding the Docker and everything. You could use the ML flow that we already use, changing the model, the newer model into a production. Then anywhere in every app that point to this production will, instead of download the older one, will download the newer one. So this is how we control the modeling part using MLflow. Of course, there are a bunch more, but right now it's just very simple for demo. And this will be done, but registering the model is still need to be done by hand. But moving the model from version 1 to version 2 have to be done by hand. But what can be automatically done is once I move the model into the staging, I could automatically test the model in the staging. If it's passed, I will automatically submit the model from the staging to the production. That is automatic because in my design is the staging is for like pending for test, for the integration test. And that is this script now I remember. Right. Okay. And then you also need to understand this secret and variable. I have this secret and variables, and each of the secrets and variable has separate box. The first one is environment. The second one is repository. In the variable page, there is also environment and repository. The difference between secrets and variable is, in variable, a key or the variable name can be read, can be read. And I can change these parameters. Or I have to do a bunch of things, but I can change this, well, and I can read it. But if it is a secret, then there is no way anyone, even you, who is the owner of this repository, can see this value. So it's kept as a secret. It's like a vault. It's like a bank holding your secrets, but the bank can have access to your secrets and use it, but no one else in the world have access and read, or even trying to find what are they. So that's the secret. Uh, repository here, I don't have repository variable, but I have repository secret. Uh, the yeah, I finished the secrets and variable. Variable you can read, secret you cannot read. And now I try to explain the environment and repository. Repository is like a global variable when, and it only exists in this repository. So it's a variable or secrets that exist in your repository, and GitHub Workflow can use it. Yeah. On the other hand, environment also exists in this GitHub Workflow repository or repository, but you can build using different set. It can have different sets. In this example, in my example, there are one set, which is production set. So if you have separate, if you want to manage, how to explain this? Because there is the auto deployment, I could, instead of deploying directly to the production, I could reuse the same workflow and deploy to some other environment, like staging, testing, or anything, or could be production 2, production 3. So instead of using different name, like key 1, key 2, key 3, I can create production set and have a key, and I can have another staging set and also reuse the same key. So the flow in the workflow, you don't need to change the parameters name. Right. So we'll come back to this. So let's start from the beginning. So this is like, how long this? Okay, 10 minutes. So I'll make another video so for the testing part.